Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see my screen now? Confirm you can see my screen. Confirm you can see my screen. I want to believe your week has been great. Can you see my screen now? Please confirm you can see my screen. I'm waiting for your response. Confirm you can see my screen. Good morning, Victory. Victory, can you see my screen? All right. Hope your week has been great, Victory. Has. So since the opening of the markets this week, dollar has been bearish. Dollar has been bearish this week, and I think it is still bearish based on the pattern we have. And let's start with the monthly time frame. So I think the dollar is still very bearish. Still very bearish. Any bullish setup on dollar would be a retracement. Any pullback on SY, any retracement would be a pullback. Okay. That setup would be a pullback. It would be a pullback. Okay. So it is likely the dollar would come fill these fair value gaps. It's likely dollar would come to this discount area. If you apply your Fibonacci from this From this swing low to this swing high, this will be the premium for DXY. So it is likely DXY would come to a discount area before going bullish. So I think the dollar is still very bearish, very bearish. But if you want to stop the dollar, I would advise you wait for a little retracement, probably a retracement to this broken support, some resistance. My advice, you might want to wait for price to pull back. So this broken support turn resistance before you go bearish on the dollar. Dollar is bearish. Okay, but I would advise you wait for a pullback. Pull back to this support before you go bearish on dollar. See the monthly, weekly, daily still bearish, very bearish. Okay, so today is on Friday. Yeah, we are expecting four major news from the States. Core GDP, US on Great Britain GDP was released around that was 7 a.m. Nigerian time, and as you can see, it's positive. You can see the forecast and the actual. The difference is very high. The difference is very high. That should tell you that GBP would be bullish. GBP, that tells you that GBP would be bullish. So if you look at GBP USD, it's likely going to be buy. Like let's see GBP USD charts. GBP should be bullish. It's been bullish. You can see GBP USD daily charts. It's been bullish. GBP has been bullish, and for GDP to be positive for Great Britain, then you should expect more bullish move. So you can see the move that occurred after the news release. You can see it was strongly bullish. So, and later by 1:33 p.m., we are expecting core PPI from the United States and also prelim consumer sentiment and prelim inflation expectations will be released by between 1:30 and 3 p.m. So we should expect high volatility on USD base. If it is positive for the dollar, then we should expect strong dollar. We should expect strong dollar if it is positive. That is, if the action is higher than the forecast, we should expect positive move, strong dollar. Okay, so consumer sentiment also should expect consumer sentiment. Okay, if it is positive for the dollar. Okay, I hope that is clear. So let's go to charts. We've looked at DXY. Like I said, DXY is still very bearish, and GBP USD also, as you can see, is still very bullish, right? It is still very bullish. If you are considering USD, you want to ensure that you see a bullish setup on DXY before you buy GBP USD. Sorry, before you sell GBP USD, you want to ensure that there is a bullish setup on DXY. Okay, you also want to ensure this is 1 hour time frame. Before you sell, you want to ensure if a 4 hour or 1 hour candle below the low of this candle. Before you sell, you want to ensure that a 1 hour candle or 4 hour candle closes below this candle. So in as much the market is still above this, the low of this candle, GBP USD is still bullish. Okay, GBP USD is still bullish. If there's a comment you want us to look at, please drop it in the comment section. Mr. Wale, good morning. If there's any instrument you want us to analyze, just drop it in the comment section. So that's my take on GBP USD. GBP USD is still bullish. It is still bullish. Okay, it is still bullish. It is likely GBP USD As you can see on GBP USD, there is a fair value gap here that has not been filled. There's a fair value gap here that has not been filled. So price is likely the high of last week, which is an area of liquidity, is likely going to be cleared. Okay, they are likely going to clear the liquidity residing at the high last week candle. You can see this high. We still have a fair value gap above it, so it's likely they will fill this gap. It's likely they will fill this gap. If not achieved today, then we should expect it next week. We should expect it next week. That's my expectation on. But this wouldn't be the right time to jump in and start buying. This would be the right time. You can see where the bullish move started from. It started from this point. That was on Monday. No, on Tuesday. The buy started on Tuesday. So if you had missed this move, then you should wait for price to pull back. Okay, wait for price to do a little retracement before you look for buys on GBP USD. Wait for a retracement. Wait for a little retracement. You can see it's created a fair value gap here. So you might want to wait for price to fill this fair value gap it's created on 1 hour time frame. Okay, wait for price to fill this fair value gap. This is where you're buying. Okay, look for your buy setup at this zone. You can see we also had a resistance here which became a support. So this would be a very key area, a good area to consider buying USD. Wait for a little retracement. That is what I would suggest. Okay, wait for a retracement. Which instrument do you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. Gold has been really bullish. Congrats to those who bought gold. Gold has been bullish since the open of the market this week. Gold has been bullish, strongly bullish, strongly bullish. She's using both pots. Huh? All right. Hello, come. Few minutes, please. Few minutes, guys. Few minutes, guys. Sorry, guys, for the break. Sorry for the break. I believe you all can hear me clearly now. Sorry for the break. Okay, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? I believe you can hear me clearly now. You can hear me clearly. Can you guys hear me? Sorry for the break. Okay, so gold is still very bullish. Let's start with the monthly time frame. Gold has been strong, is strongly bullish. Gold is strongly bullish. Let's go to weekly. Let's see weekly. Let's see weekly. Weekly also has been bullish, strongly bullish. What happened this week? Price just put back to fill this fair value gap. I think that's what played out. You can see the gap it created there. So the first thing they did this morning was to come fill. You can see to fill this fair value gap. You can see price came, tested the fair value gap. Then from that point, price went bullish. Can you see that? it went bullish. So gold is still bullish at the moment. Gold is still bullish. Gold is still bullish. It's still bullish. Gold is still bullish. Okay. Gold is still bullish. If there's any instrument you want us to look at, please drop it in the comment section. If you have any question or any instrument you want us to look at, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section if there's any instrument you want us to look at. So that's it for gold. Gold is still very bullish. Then let's look at other instruments. Okay, someone said we should look at GJ, GBP, JPY. I think GBP JPY is still bearish. I think GBP JPY is still bearish. Is this?
Yeah.
Huh? Okay, I think GBP JPY is still bearish, guys. It's still bearish. Don't buy GBP JPY. GBP JPY is still bearish. I think it's coming for this low. GBP JPY, I think it's coming for this low. Okay, I think GBP JPY is coming for this low. Okay, GBP JPY is still bearish. It's still bearish, but selling GBP JPY at the moment is at a very high risk. You can see where the sell started from. That was it Wednesday? No, yesterday. GBP JPY has been bearish since yesterday. So selling GBP JPY from the current market price is at a very high risk. You might want to pull back. If GJ will pull back, but selling at the current market price is also at a very high risk. But it's not going to pull back. Okay, it's likely not going to pull back. Okay, so let's see H4. Okay, so it's bearish. GBP JPY is bearish. You can see this previous 4-hour candle. This previous 4-hour candle respected the previous high of this candle. Can you see that? This previous 4-hour candle respected the high of this bearish candle. Can you see that? So that should that GJ is still bearish. Okay, GJ is still bearish. Price pulled back, tested this resistance, and there was a strong rejection from that area. Just leave it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Okay. GJ is still bearish. GJ is still bearish. So after the formation of the previous 4-hour candle, let's see what we had on 1 hour. Let's see. So you can see what we had on 1 hour. Can you see the pattern we had on 1 hour? So I think price pulled back to fill. There was a fair value gap here. I think the reason for that pullback. Can you see that? This fair value gap. Can you see that? That is the reason for that pullback. And after price filled that fair value gap, you can see there was a strong rejection from that zone. You can see there's a strong rejection from that zone. So at the moment, GJ is still bearish. So it's likely going to come, says this level. Is first of all clear the low, the liquidity residing at this previous low. That will be the next target for GJ. Okay, that will be the next target for GJ. It's likely going to come for this. If it breaks out from this, it will come for this level. That's my take on GJ. GJ is still bearish. I hope that is clear. GJ is still bearish. GJ is still bearish. Any question? If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. GJ is still bearish. Okay, GJ is still bearish. Please give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that. Give it a thumbs up. And first time participating on the live stream, please subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Do you have any question? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, that's my take on it. Let's see USD JPY. USD JPY has been strongly bearish this week. It's been strongly bearish, as you can see, and I think it is still bearish. It is still bearish. It's still bearish. Let's start with the weekly. Let's see. Weekly has been strongly bearish, and daily also has been bearish. You can see yesterday candle broke out from this support. Yesterday candle broke out from this support, so it is still bearish. USJPY is still bearish, still bearish, still bearish. Okay, still bearish, but this will not be a good entry for sell unless you just want to take the risk. Just want to take the risk. Okay, price has already gone far. If you want to take a sell, you want to wait for price to pull back, right? You want to wait for price to pull back before you take a sell. As you can see, it's been bearish since Wednesday. Since Wednesday, it's been bearish. So if you want to sell it, wait for price to pull back before you sell. That's my take on UJ. That's my take on UJ. Let's see USD CHF. USD CHF. USD CHF also has been bearish. All week USD has been bearish. Strongly bearish. See that? Let's see the monthly. So USD CHF is bearish. It's bearish. Most likely it will come for this liquidity. It could come for the low residing, liquidity residing previous low. Okay, so surely that won't play out this week. It won't play out this week. Okay, so if you want to sell USD CHF, you want to wait for price to pull back. Price might pull back to test this broken support stone resistance. It might pull back to test this broken support stone resistance. Okay, so that's it for USD CHF. It's still very bearish. If you want to buy USD CHF, you want to wait for price to close above. If you want to take the risk buying, you want to wait for price to, let's see, 1 hour. You want to risk buying it. You want to wait for price to close above, wait for 1 hour candle to close above this resistance created. Okay, you want to take the risk buying. Okay, you want to wait for price to test this resistance. You can see the candlestick pattern that formed here. This is a doji, no, a shooting star candle indicating change in trend from bullish to bearish. And if you go on 4-hour time frame, you can see 4-hour respected the high of this previous candle. You can see it respected the high of this previous candle. The previous 4-hour candle respected the high of this candle. That tells you that the peers are still in control. That tells you that the peers are still in control. Instrument you want us to look at, please let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Are you guys still here? Are you still here? Are you still here? Are you still here? Yeah, are you still here? Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Let's see, Australian dollar USD. Okay. Australian dollar USD, I think is still, if you want to trade today, I think you should go for Australian dollar USD. I think you should go for Australian dollar USD buy. Okay. Go for Australian dollar USD buy. Okay. So you can see the previous 4-hour candle closed strongly bullish. It's closed strongly bullish, formed a support here. Okay. And you can see on 4-hour time frame, there's a fair value gap here that has not been. So Australian dollar USD is likely going to come for this fair value gap. So its next target now, the next target for Australian dollar USD is the high of this candle. The high of this candle, this previous high, is an area of liquidity. A lot of traders would have executed sell after the formation of this shooting star. Traders would have executed sell, and where would they have their stop losses? Their stop losses will be residing at this previous high. So there's a high probability they will come for the stop losses residing at this high and also use the opportunity to fill this fair value gap. That's my expectation on Australian dollar USD for today's market. That's my expectation on Australian dollar USD. You can see what played out here. Can you see what played out here? This is a spinning bottom, two spinning bottom, indicating change in trend from bearish to bullish. So price just pulled back. I think price pulled back. That retracement was to come test this. You can see the support. Okay, the retracement was to test, come and test this support zone. You can see it. So there's a strong rejection from this demand. This is a demand area. There's a strong rejection from this demand area. And you see that. Let's go. So you can also see on 4-hour, price respected just low, the low of this bullish candle. Price respected that low. Can you see it? It respected that low. And you can see, so Australian dollar USD is bullish. Bullish. It's bullish. It's bullish. Okay. It's bullish. Let's see NZD USD. NZD USD. Guys, I'm not seeing your comments. Are you still in this class? Can you hear me? NZD also bullish. NZD USD also is still bullish. But I'd rather go for AUD USD buy than instead of NZD USD. I'd rather go for AUD USD. Okay, so New Zealand USD is also is also bullish. Any question? Any question? Any question? Do you have any question? Any question, guys? Any question, guys? All right. Oh, good morning. Okay, let's just see yen baskets. Let's see yen baskets. Let's see the strength of Japanese yen. Okay. Let's start with the weekly. So I think yen is still bullish. The yen is still bullish. The yen is still bullish. It's still bullish. Reason you should look for sales on JPY pairs. The yen is still yen basket bullish. Okay, yen basket is still bullish. Let's see daily. Okay, you can see also, so yen yen is still bullish. You can see, so the daily price is likely going to break out from this resistance, and you can see we have an area of liquidity here, relative equal highs. Okay, that will be the next target for yen. That will be the next target for yen. So it's likely going to clear the liquidity research and also break out from that. So yen is still still bullish. Yen is still bullish. Yen is still bullish. Yen is still bullish. Any question? Any question? If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. Any question, guys? Any question, guys? So remember, if you're trading USD pairs, remember the major news. We're expecting the major news between 1:30 and 1:30 and 3 p.m. So make sure you apply proper risk and money management. Okay. All right, since there are no questions, I would have to end the session. I appreciate you all for your participation. Hopefully, I'll be on by 1:15 p.m. Okay, by 1:15 p.m. I'll be on. So I look forward to having you in that session. Okay, so bye for now, guys. Bye for now.